Hello everyone and welcome back to my second tutorial. This time we will be making a system that will let players be able to select a type of shotgun or loadout in the pre-game phase. And for every single round that will be played after that, they will play with that shotgun or loadout they selected in a pre-game phase. So what we did in the last tutorial, if you haven't seen that, there you can click on the eye in the top right, I think, on your screen. So what we did in that video is I made a little system that will grant people random loot. So I can show that real quick. So you got a random AR, random shotgun, etc. Really useful for realistic maps. So that's that. I'll quickly explain how that worked again, so you have a little bit of an understanding of the system I currently have. So the game starts with 2 players spawning on the spawn pads here. Then there's a sequencer device here that will activate on game start, as you can see. That will trigger this trigger over here, which will enable a mutator zone from channel 10. And then when someone enters the zone, so after it enables, someone will immediately enter the zone and will transmit to channel 11. Oh, yeah, 11. That will fire this first item granted here, cycle to a random item, and then when granted, it will transmit to channel 12, and over here, channel 12, 13, etc., up to 15. And there's an option here, grant on cycle, so when a player enters and he makes the item gather cycle to a random gun, it will actually also grant him the gun as well, because we have grant on cycle on yes. So yeah, that's how that system works. And then yeah, after like 2 seconds, just to be safe, we also disable the mutator zone with channel 30. So that's just so people can't get like 2 or 3 loadouts if they re-enter the mutator zone ever. If they go like all the way to the border and re-enter, they will get a new loadout. So just to be safe, we disable the mutator as well. So now for this actual tutorial, we're gonna make a pre-game like shotgun selection system thingy. So let's copy this grant over here. So this is a normal pump shotgun granter. So let's say we also want to have a combat and how's it called, a tactical shotgun granter. So let me just clear all these items, and we're gonna have oh yeah, for all these shotgun granters, we have to disable them on game start. So this one no, this one no. I'm gonna put in my, let me see, my shotguns. So let's take these tacticals. Let me search them up, it's going faster. So we get some tacticals, put it in this granter over here. Put it over here, next to the shotgun. And then we do it again, clear the items. If you didn't see where I did it, there's a like this icon here, you can click on it, and then there's a clear items option here. Sorry that I was a little bit too fast for that. Then the combat, you can also put charge, of course, in it, but it's a little bit difficult for me right now because it's not that easy to get in creative at the moment. So I'm putting some combats in for now. Make sure this is on enable at game phase, no, that's important. Yeah, and then just 12 and 13. So yeah, that's my settings here. And then we go to the actual pre-game lobby. Like this is a little pre-game lobby I made over here. And we're gonna need to place down some vending machines, I guess. Vending machine. Put that down here. And 2 more. Oh wait, actually, let me do the settings first. So we want to enable at game start, no. So you don't want people to use this when the game starts. And now we're gonna copy it over 2 times, and then go to the weapons, search shotgun, and then you get all our shotguns. So attack first, And or it doesn't really matter. Just put in some items. Yup. Then let's find a center. Here's a center. Gonna put this one here. And then you can make like some nice looking things around this. So it, like people use the cube gallery a lot to like hide this yellow stuff. But I'm not gonna do that right now. And then we have to get to the trigger devices. Trigger, put it in our hotbar. And we also need rifts. Oh, teleport, they're called teleporters, but I call them rifts. And then we need also a class selector device. And let's see what are we gonna do. We're gonna set up the teleporters first, I guess. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place down 2 of these. Gonna put this one on group A. This one on teleport target group A. And oh, actually, I'm actually doing shit right now. We don't need to do all of this shit. We just need to place down one teleporter. Put down teleporter target group to A. Then enable interface all. Team all. Yeah. Place. Yeah, you can play around that. Just sound effects. Conserve momentum. Yeah, whatever. Face player and teleport direction. No. And then we need to get some channels, so let me just go to my channel browser over here. So if you didn't know, really useful, you go to my island and there's an option called channel browser. You can see all the channels you're using right now. So I'm gonna use for this tutorial channel 20 is free, channel 20 up to 29, so I'm gonna use channel 20. So I'm gonna how do you do it again? Enable when receiving from oh yeah, here. We're gonna disable this when receiving channel 20, and when entered, transmit to channel 20, and we're gonna copy this 2 times, 21 in this one, and then 22 in this one. Then we're gonna copy this, like one of these things. We're gonna clear the settings, reset all. We're gonna put a teleporter group to A, and when you now walk through a rift, it should disable that rift, and yeah, you get teleported over to this teleporter. Now we need to get some triggers. We already have those in our hotbar. Or actually, let me first do the class selector devices. So you want to just put these on top, so nobody. You don't want players to enter this like little zone areas thingy. That's what you have to be careful of. So, oh, actually, you want no, never mind. You want to place this on the ground. Sorry. You want to place these things on the ground where the people are walking. You want to put the zone to max, so 50, so it covers the whole pre-game area. Then class to switch to. We're gonna start with class 1. Enable the interface. I guess we want to do that none. Yeah. And then enable when receiving on channel 20. So that is for our first teleporter here. When we enter this teleporter, it will transmit to channel 20, and it will enable this class selector, which will make you switch to class 1. Then we're gonna put another one here for class 2. Oh, actually, we have to put them to switch to instant. So class 2, 21. Then over here, class 3. Holy shit, this is a long tutorial. I'm already recording for 10 minutes. Whatever. I just want to explain it like slowly, so you understand it or something. I don't know. Maybe I've had people tell me that I go too fast sometimes. So this is class 1, class 2, and class 3. So now we have a system that like enables class selector, which will put players in a class. And we also have to do something in the island settings. So we go to my island, we go to game, we put the default class on whatever class you have, like whatever shotgun you want to play first. So this is, remember, this is class 1. So if you want people to by default have a tactical, we want to put it on class 1. If you want people to by default have a pump, we want to put this to class 2. But I want, since the new season doesn't have pumps, I want to put it to this to 1. So by default people will play with a how's it called, the tactical. So, and right below that there's another option. This should be on end of game. That's important. So your classes don't reset every round. Okay. And now, for the last device, we have to put down some triggers. I'm gonna put this on the back here. It doesn't really matter where you put them. I always do it like this. Then, let me see. You wanna put this on invisible with all these trigger sounds off. That's trigger 1, yeah, that's all good. Okay. And then trigger when receiving from channel 20. That's our thing over here as well. When this disables channel 20. Channel 20 will transmit to channel. We go to our last channel over here. This is channel 22, and then we just add +1, so this will be 23. And then, yeah, for example, if you would have had 4 of these thingies, this rift over here would end with channel 23, and then you would just do 23 +1, which would be 24. But now we have 3 of these different shotguns, so now we end with channel 23. We copy this trigger, put it on 24, and then the last one on 25. And you want to have 1 trigger for every single of these rifts. So because I'm having 3 different shotguns, I am placing down 3 triggers here and incrementing them every time by 1. So if we would have had 4 different loadouts, you would put another one over here with channel 26. And we're gonna use these triggers to kind of reset or disable these rifts. So you can re-enter them when something else is selected. So what I have now is a problem here. When I enter this tactical shotgun thing, and then I enter the pump, this one won't get re-enabled. So we have to make a system that will reset the other. When you enter this one, it will reset the other thingies. So yeah, that's what I'm making right now. Now you want to copy this over. So again, this is channel 20 receiving and transmitting on 23, 24, 25. And we're gonna copy this, put this over here behind this one, and this one, this rift is transmitting to channel 21. So we're gonna put all these 3 triggers to channel 21. And then, as you might expect for the last third class, we're gonna put these on channel 23, because that's the channel the rift uses when you enter the rift. 22, channel 22. Now, I should maybe not explain this because this might be too complicated for you to understand in this short minute. But let me see if I'm doing this correctly. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna cut out this diagonal here. Just cut out the diagonal, and whatever trigger was here, so channel 23 was here, I'm gonna put that channel 23 inside here, like that. And also, I'm gonna put it over here in the disable channel. So let me show that once again with the second class. When I deleted a diagonal here, I deleted the middle rift, and that used channel 24, as you can see, because here's channel 23, channel 25. So I have to put in channel 24 here. So I go to this rift, I enable this rift on channel 24, and I disable this selector with channel 24 as well. And then, obviously, because this is using channel 25, which I had deleted, I'm putting channel 25 here, and then also over here, channel 25. I hope I'm explaining this alright right now. It's taking quite a while to make this, already recording 15 minutes. I hope that's yeah, long enough, like I explained it well or whatever. But yeah, so what we have now is when you enter this thingy, it will enable this selector. It will put everyone in class 1. And then you can also select the pump. If you don't want this, you can select the pump. Oh, that went totally wrong. This should I think that's just a visual error. Yeah, just ignore what happened. But yeah, this works. This just works. So yeah, that's that. And now there's only one small thing to do. So we have a system that will put everyone in the right class in the pregame. I'll show that it actually works later on. Just give me a second. I'm first gonna fix this stuff. So what I want to do here is, I want, instead of granting the items to them immediately, I first want to detect the class the players are in. So I use this trigger over here to grant people the guns. Remember, this one enables that mutator zone over there. So I want to put this a little bit later on. I'm gonna put a new trigger here. And I'm gonna use one of my available channels. So I go back to my channel browser. Gonna use channel 40, for example. So channel 40. And this will enable class detector zone or mutator, whatever. And then we have to place down a second mutator zone. And we use this mutator zone to detect the class which the players are in. We're gonna put this on 100. Enable during enable at game start, you put it on no, that's important. And let me see. Enable RAM receiving from channel 40. That's the channel we put in the sequencer zone. Right over there. And then, just to be safe, we also want to disable this mutator zone after a while. So after like 2 seconds we disable this with channel 30. And then, when I place down some triggers. Oh, actually, first, what you want to do is, on entering, when I transmit to some kind of channel, so we just choose channel 41. And we're gonna use this channel 41 in these triggers here. Yeah, where should I put these? I'm gonna put this over here. And yeah, just now we actually don't have to touch any of these options actually. What you want to do is you want to go to activating class. When I put this on class 1, that's important. Then you want to go down, and you want to trigger when we see on channel 41. That's the signal we use in the on entering setting in the mutator. And then when someone in class 1 has triggered this trigger, it will transmit to another channel, which is channel 42. Gotta copy this one. Oh, yeah, whatever. Class 2. And we just increase this by 1. Class 3. Increase this by 1. And I think the final thing to do now is to get this channel 42. And that, remember, this is class 1. That one over here. And we'll use that to enable tactical shotguns. So we're gonna... Remember, this one is enabled on disabled on game start. So we want to enable it when people are in class 1. And that is channel 42. This one is class 2. And that will grant people the pump shotguns. So that is channel 43. And then, yeah, for the last one, the combat, channel 44. I think that's all there is to it. Yeah, I hope everything is finished, so I'm just gonna publish my island. And back to hub. Definitely not the fastest tutorial, but yeah, again, I don't want to be going over this too fast because it's quite complicated for most of you watching. Okay, that's our tutorial. So we spawn in our pre-game lobby thingy. You actually want to make these things invisible. There's a setting for that, so don't worry about that. So, let's say we want to go with the pump. Select the pump. When we go to combat, it will enable this one again, so we can choose a pump again, and yeah, like that. It's only there's a little error here, so I don't know really what it is. So let me see why it did that. This one doesn't re-enable, so let me just go back to hub. Let me see if there's a thing I did incorrect. For some reason this one didn't re-enable. Oh, I see. Okay, so I put the wrong option here. I put teleport to when zero to 5. You should enable it when reaching 1.5. Yeah. So yeah, it's not. You might make a mistake like me as well, but you'll figure it out. It's not like if you just investigate for a bit. Like you just compare these two to this one as I did, and I saw that this option wasn't matching the other thingies. So yeah. And maybe another useful thing is, let me get a sequencer device. That's also one thing I might have forgotten. So when we entered our island in the hub, you saw that all the three rifts were enabled. But what would have been nicer if the first rift over here was already not visible, because this was the default thingy. So we're gonna just make something real quick for that. You just want to put the sequencer somewhere in your map where people don't see it. Want to put tempo to 60. Length to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and then activate on game phase, waiting for players. That's our sequencer. You want to rotate this. Want to put it upright in the zone. And you want to put this on visible, yes. That's an important thingy. Visible. Let me just reset this option here. And we're just gonna transmit to channel channel 23 first. And then we're gonna transmit to channel 20. Channel 20. And that will first, that will, like this kind of thingy will make sure this one gets disabled. And I can show it right now when I publish mine again. You probably might not understand what I just did there. It's not really necessary, just for the visuals, looks a little bit better. This will disable the first rift by default. So that's what that does. Well, I think it's actually, yeah, you're actually required to do this, I think. Otherwise, just do whatever I just did there. So yeah, now you see that this zone is enabled by default and this rift is disabled by default. That's what I just did. So you now have a thingy that will set a default shotgun for you. And make sure this one matches your island setting. In my island setting, I put default class to 1. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. So let me show you now that it actually works. So this works all nicely. Start the game. I now selected a tactical, so I should be receiving a tactical shotgun. And as you can see, it granted me a tactical shotgun. So let me try it again, just to prove to you that it's actually real. For whatever reason, if you didn't get another tactical shotgun in this round, maybe you forgot to set the island setting, reset how's it called? Reset default, reset class, the reset class option. Maybe you set it to end on round instead of end on game or something. So it will reset your class every round. Maybe that could be what is causing that issue for you. So now it's out with the pump shotgun. And we will get a pump. So that's the tutorial, guys. For the remainder of this video thingy, I guess I'm gonna make this system a little bit more cleaner, so you don't have to watch this anymore, but I'm just gonna add some like sound effects or something, I don't know. What I usually do is I get a speaker in the pregame here. Just gonna put this to a random channel. When teleport to 150, and then activate 150. Just put a I don't know, a little sound effect. So when someone selects something, it will play a sound effect. So yeah, that's a little extra. What you can also do is, let me grab some of these things. Oh. You can put the word selected in here. Where's my thing? Oh wait. Yeah. Selected. And we're gonna go to this rift. When entered, transmitter channel 20. We're gonna, oh fuck man. Okay, go my way. Yeah, okay. When entered, transmitter channel 20, we set this text to visible. And then 23 will set this to invisible. And oh yeah, by the way, we also want to put, oh never mind, just do this first. 21, 24. And that's just, again, these channels I'm putting in right now, it's just the channels that match this rift over here. 25. And I'm gonna put them to enable during phase, none. So by default they will all be invisible. So that's what I also usually do. And yeah, little tip: you just got a cube gallery, place it down. To make this look a little bit nicer, you can get these cubes and like place them like around something like this. So yeah, you don't see the actual vending machine as you like, if you know what I mean, like something like that, like whatever. So let me repeat this again. Okay. Put in the island. And you will see it will say selected. No, this one is selected. And now that one is selected. And again, you have to make these things invisible over here. They look kind of stupid. So yeah, that's the combat selected. And now we play with the combat shotgun. Maybe one more final thing real quick before I end this video. If you want to turn this into a loadout selector, what you do is very simple. You just do the exact same thing for this this AR. Enable, like, no, let's say you want to make maybe a clicks loadout. Let me just clear this item over here. Let me just, like, we're going to make a box fight loot loadout. So we just grab a blue AR and a pump. Gonna put this pump here. We wanna grab this AR. Wait, we have to put this on enable interface none, and then enable 42. That's this channel over here as well. 43 is this actually. 43. I'm gonna put this one over here. 42. And now over here. 43. And this will be a blue AR. So yeah, now class 3 will grant players the clicks box fight loot that we have over here. So that class 3, remember that was channel 44. That will enable. Oh, did I set up this? This should be 44. It should be 44. So this will enable these two granters, and it will grant them these two guns. And yeah, you can expand this with whole loadouts like this. You just put all of these to no, and then over here at the bottom enable 44, 44, 43, 43, etc. You can like make whole loadout out of this, or you can just have like what we have is like this setup over here with only the shotguns. So yeah, I hope this really helped you with your shit and stuff, you know. And yeah, you'll hopefully see me this week, maybe in the feature portal, the realistic 1v1 again at the hub. If you haven't seen it already, it's right over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some homework right now. So peace out.